Hurricane Erin continues to swirl to our south this afternoon and evening, and it will pass to the southeast of Atlantic Canada overnight. And as we go into Saturday, impacts from the storm look to be almost non-existent, minus some waves, a little bit of wind, and maybe a little bit of rain. But as the storm rolled closer this morning, it did something very cool to the clouds. We'll get to that in just a second. Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Heat Pump Solutions. Beat the heat and get a mini split from Heat Pump Solutions. Visit heatpumpsolutions.ca for more. What you're looking at here is visible satellite imagery from earlier this morning. And as we zoom in a little bit, you can see a clearer picture of what I'm talking about. Do you see that sharp line of cloud there just to the north of St. John's, south of Salmon Cove, and north of Terranceville? And that was around 7:15 this morning. That made for some stunning photos. Check out this picture taken by Chris Pressey on the Burin Peninsula. That line of cloud is super cool to see, and I've got more photos of that. You can find them on my Facebook page, Instagram page, and also my X profile as well. Now, talking about Hurricane Erin, we are still watching this thing to our south, Category 1 storm now, center located about 650 miles south of Halifax, moving northeast at 44 kilometers per hour. And on that trajectory, it will not impact the weather in Atlantic Canada or Newfoundland and Labrador directly. But it's something worth noting that it's a large storm, and even though it's going to be so close, relatively speaking, we're not going to see a whole lot from it. And that's both a good thing and a bad thing, because if it was just a tad closer, we'd likely see some significant rain and not a lot of wind. And we know we could certainly use the rain. The storm continues off in the North Atlantic, working its way toward the UK and Western Europe. It looks like by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So the weather headlines for the storm will tell us, again, no direct impacts to the province. Large waves both off and near shore is likely the biggest thing a lot of us are going to notice. And onshore waves breaking 3 to 6 meters for the Avalon and Burin Peninsulas. And offshore, they're going to be a little bit higher than that. Now, speaking of the wave heights, again, we're talking about significant waves. So this is what some of the waves will be. Some are going to be smaller, some are going to be higher, and the higher ones could be as high as 2 times the significant wave height. That's what we call the max wave height. And going through time, what you'll notice is the wave heights are going to begin to build overnight. And by tomorrow morning in the Cabot Strait, we're a little over 2 meters, just under 2 meters for the southeast Avalon, a little bit less off the southern shore and the Avalon's east coast. Throughout the day tomorrow, those wave heights do build, and just southeast of Cape Race by 5 o'clock, we're looking at 4-meter significant waves, which means the max wave height could be as high as 8 meters, and offshore wave heights may peak as high as 11 meters from Hurricane Erin as it makes its pass. And as we go through Saturday night and Sunday, the wave heights will drop off pretty drastically as the storm pulls away and we lose the influence of the storm. So kind of a quick hitter, if you will, with respect to the waves. Now, the wind, it's going to be a little breezy overnight and Saturday, and that's just because there's going to be a hurricane in close proximity, but we're not looking at like any tropical storm or hurricane force winds. The highest wind speeds are likely going to be found around Cape Race, sustained around 60, maybe gusting over 70 at times tomorrow. But as we go throughout the day, you can see those wind speeds do begin to drop off, and by evening and as we go into midnight tomorrow night, the wind speeds are much less, and they'll be much less on Sunday. Now, something to keep in mind, if you are going to be doing any fishing, recreational ground fish fishery this weekend, I would advise maybe not going out Saturday if you don't have to. 2 weeks additional were added onto this yesterday, so that's a good thing. That being said, if you're looking for a really specific forecast, this one's not it. This is very general, but it does look like the wave heights are obviously going to peak tomorrow. They're going to be biggest tomorrow and much less on Sunday, and the winds are going to be highest tomorrow as well. Notice those wave heights into Placentia Bay tomorrow around 3 meters. And again, if you're looking for something that's very, very specific, this is not the forecast for you. You can send me a DM, direct message, or use the Environment and Climate Change Canada Marine site, or use your own private service. But this is just for a very generalized forecast. As we can see, fishing for the weekend, once you're away from the East Coast, does not look to be too bad in Bonavista Bay. On Saturday, wave heights around a meter, 1.3 Notre Dame Bay, 1.3 as well in the Green Bay, White Bay area, and then off the coast of Labrador. We are going to be seeing wave heights between 1 and almost 2 meters Saturday and Sunday for the mid-coast and the north coast, and a little bit less than that as you make your way down toward the Strait of Belle Isle. Now, with respect to the weather over the weekend, and really tonight and tomorrow, I was talking about this yesterday where this computer model that you're seeing here was showing essentially Erin bringing some rain to the Avalon. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. There's not a lot of agreement in that. And it shifted the track of the rain pretty much offshore. So a little bit of drizzle, yes. Maybe a little bit of fog in the onshore northeasterlies, yes. Significant rainfall, no. But even that little bit of drizzle and the moisture coming in off the North Atlantic should help with the fire suppression efforts for the Kingston fire, which is obviously the only fire currently listed out of control, at least as of last check. Paddy's Pond fire is listed as, I think, under control, and Martin Lake fire is still being listed as held. As we go throughout the day Saturday, we do have some showers pushing into Lab West, which may be in the forecast a little more as we go into Sunday for much of Labrador. So for tonight, across the province, temperatures between 5 and 10 roughly on the island, between 2 and 8 in Labrador, and then we look at the forecast for Saturday and Sunday on the island rather. And we are going to be seeing temperatures on Saturday cooler north and east in the onshore northerly northeasterly flow, warmer on Sunday. So Sunday, the nicer day of the two this weekend for most of us, except in the south and southwest coast and the west coast, where both days look pretty good, if I may say so myself. Into Labrador, we're going to be seeing a better day Saturday with showers increasing on Sunday and temperatures on Sunday down to the lower teens. Now, with respect to chances for rain, I'm going to use Central Newfoundland's 5 to 7 day forecast here as an example. Next chance of good rain looks to be Tuesday across much of the province, including in Newfoundland and including in parts of Labrador as well. So I'll watch that closely, but to get the 7 day for your area, feel free to get the Sheerr Weather app in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. You can also find it on the website, sheerweather.ca. Have a very good Friday evening. Stay safe and expect more updates over the weekend.